Hello, traders. FS Pep Collector here. Today is Tuesday, and today is June 18th. So, how is everybody doing today? Hopefully, fairly good. So, as usual, I want to start off by looking at the US dollar index. We're going to analyze the US dollar index. Then, we're going to take the information we learned from analyzing the dollar index, and we can apply that to all the other dollar pairs, including gold and silver to a point at least. So I'm going to start off by analyzing the US dollar index. I'm going to look at the euro dollar, look at the pound dollar, and look at gold. And then I will start taking requests from people in the audience. So if anybody does have something they would like me to look at, definitely put in the chats. I would be more than happy to look at basically anything. So just put in the chats here on YouTube and let me know if you have something you'd like me to check out, and I'll check it out for you, no problem. So let's start off with the US dollar analysis. For me, the US dollar analysis is definitely one of the most important analysis that I can do when it comes to the dollar pairs. If I know or at least have a good idea of what the US dollar is doing, then I can also have a really good idea of what all the US dollar pairs are going to do. Hey, Holden Hope, hey, Robin, Carl, Skywick, how's everybody doing today? Hopefully everybody's doing fairly well. So the dollar did make a pretty significant little turn down today. I still think this looks like one big old correction to me. I mean, it definitely looks very, very corrective. The dollar really does have a tendency to do this. I was talking about this in one of my Zoom meetings today, that the dollar just loves to, trend for a week or two and then literally just go sideways on like the daily time frame for a couple weeks. It'll trend for a week and then it'll go sideways for a week. It'll trend for a week and then it'll go sideways for a week. So right now we are definitely in a very sideways market on the dollar. We definitely did turn at a fib level. We turned at the 138. We definitely did make an impulsive move down, but I am honestly really not convinced that this is over. We were trying to figure out today what kind of pattern this possibly was. It kind of looks like it could almost be a WXY in my opinion. Kind of looks like it could be one, two, three waves up, one, two, three waves down, and then one, two, three waves up like a triple three pattern. Three waves of W, three waves of X, and maybe three waves of Y. So we definitely do have a pretty significant little turn. We do have a little bit of a break of structure. I mean, it would be nice if this would just keep on trending down from here. I mean, we definitely did turn at a fib level. We did kind of have a little bit of a break of structure. But I honestly would not be surprised at all if this move down was actually a part of a correction to the uptrend, and this actually did end up continuing down, continuing back up once the move down was complete. So I really don't think that there's really much confirmation that the dollar really is going down in a big way. I mean, even on the 1 hour time frame, I mean, this right here is actually technically a lower high. I would like to say that this little point right here is actually a wave 5, but it really doesn't look like a wave 5. It kind of looks like this is actually all one big correction. Now, the trend is definitely down on the dollar. 100% the trend is down on the dollar. So if I was, trading the 1 hour time frame and below on any of these dollar pairs, then I would definitely be looking to sort the dollar via the dollar pairs, meaning that I would still probably be looking for longs the pound, longs the euro, longs the Aussie, long the Kiwi, probably sort the CAD, the Swiss, and probably to a point I would be still looking for longs on gold. So let's switch over to the dollar pairs. I'm not going to do my full top-down analysis because I'm sure most people probably do have a pretty good idea about my top-down analysis. Most people have probably already seen it. So let's look at check out what's going on with this. So yeah, anyways, honestly, the euro dollar, I mean, is kind of at a little bit of a critical stage because I still think there is a possibility this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. This is like a big old expanding wave 2. And it definitely is going to be there is a pretty good chance that this is going to just keep on trending up in a wave 3. If it does just keep on trending up in a wave 3, then the US dollar would keep on trending down, which I'm not really convinced that today's core retail sales, which the only news that we actually had today was core retail sales for the US dollar. And then tomorrow is a bank holiday for US dollar, so I don't really expect the dollar to make a big giant move tomorrow either. And then the next real news event we have for the dollar is actually Thursday actually. We got unemployment rate, kind of a decent one, I guess. And then Friday we got all the PMI news. So we do have some pretty decent news Thursday and Friday, but I can't really justify that the dollar is going to end the correction and just start a brand new uptrend today. And I do definitely have a little bit of an alternative count on this. I mean, I have it, don't have it labeled on this chart, but if you actually get rid of these labels right here and you actually say, okay, well, this is possibly a downtrend, which would be like a wave A, and then this is an up move, one, two, three waves up, a three-way pattern for a wave A. This is one, two, three waves down for a wave B, so a three waves up, three waves down, lower low wave B, and then one, two, three, four, five waves up for the wave C. So if this is a A, A, B, C, or B, then that means that we could be in a wave C right now. And if we are at a wave C, then potentially this would actually go down and make a new low before it actually ended up continuing the uptrend, which I'm starting to think is a pretty good possibility. Because, like I said, this is definitely three waves up, this is definitely three waves down, and then this is five waves up, and this is a lower high, and this is a lower high. So it does seem pretty likely that this could be a running flat wave B. And now we're actually in a wave C, which is going to continue down, and then maybe, in a week or so, we'll actually end up continuing the uptrend. Definitely seems like a pretty likely scenario to me, for sure. Something that we definitely are going to want to keep in mind for sure. So, keeping that in mind, let's go down to the 4 hour time frame. And on the 4 hour time frame, we definitely have been going up for the most, pretty much all day today. Excuse me, we definitely been making a pretty decent move to the upside. We did break structure, but so far it's actually rejecting structure. I personally would definitely be looking for longs on the euro dollar on the 1 hour time frame and below, unless the euro dollar made an impulsive move down and a break of structure. If the euro dollar does make an impulsive move down and a break of structure, I would definitely stop looking for longs and I would start looking for shorts again. Going down to the 1 hour time frame, I mean, it definitely looks like a five-way pattern to me. It's definitely one, two, three, four, five waves up. So I would kind of assume that this would either be a wave A or wave one. Then if it makes a pullback, which I think a pullback is probably pretty likely at this point, probably a wave B or wave two. If this is a wave B or wave two, if we go long at the end of this wave B or wave two, then we can observe it to see whether it goes up and makes a lower high wave C, and then break structure at a Fibonacci retracement level that's pushed down right here, or if it makes a very impulsive move up and makes a wave 3. So that's what I like to call learning and earning at the same time. Hopefully we can get long at the end of this wave B or 2, and then we can learn whether we're looking at a wave C, or we can learn whether we're looking at a wave 3. If this right here really is a wave C, then this is definitely a 1, 2, 3. If this right here really is not a wave C and it's actually turning into a running flat like I was explaining on the daily time frame, then this would actually be an A, a B, and a C, and then it would actually continue the downtrend. So either scenario, I think primarily we should be looking for longs right now, but we should also be keeping in mind that this could end up being a correction to the downtrend. It definitely doesn't need to be continue the uptrend, like I said. It may actually turn out to be a running flat on the daily time frame. So we definitely got to keep that in mind. I think it's actually a pretty likely scenario that we definitely need to keep an eye out for. We can't definitely don't want to assume that the euro dollar is going up today, in a big giant uptrend, because it's really not that impulsive either. So, but we definitely did bounce out of Fibonacci level. We definitely did bounce at the 78% Fibonacci retracement. We definitely do have an impulsive up. We definitely do have it trying to break structure. If we go long at the end of pullbacks and it just starts trending up like this, then that's great news. And that's also going to prove to us that that's the end of a wave C. If we, get long and it goes up and does something like this and then makes a very impulsive move down, making a lower high, three waves up, impulsive down, break a structure, then definitely we need to stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts again, because that's pretty much going to prove that this is not a wave C and that we're probably looking at that running flat scenario on the higher time frames. So yeah, we just kind of got to take it one step at a time. Like I said, I mean, most of the time ends of corrections usually happen at really big news events. I mean, especially if you're talking about like the end of a correction on like the daily, which this kind of is a daily end of a correction in my opinion. Most ends of corrections do happen at like news events. And tomorrow's a bank holiday for the U.S., and today there really wasn't anything that great for news. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if this actually continued the prevailing move, which the prevailing move is definitely down as of right now, and maybe even take out this low right here before it actually does end up continuing the uptrend. And I still think that doesn't change my overall weekly, monthly time frame analysis. I still would call this a 1, I would still call this a 2, and I would still say this is most likely a wave 3. So I don't really think it would actually change my analysis on the weekly, monthly time frame at all, even if it does go down and break the low. So yeah, let's check out the pound dollar, and then we'll check out gold, and then we'll take requests from there. The pound dollar, I mean, the euro dollar is just really, really, really weak because of the euro. Because ever since we had the parliament elections 2 weekends ago, the euro has been extremely, extremely weak. If you look at other dollar pairs are not even remotely weak like that. I still think that my analysis on the pound dollar is still very, very correct and very likely to be a 1-2, and most likely we are in a subdivision of a wave 3, meaning that this is all just subdivisions of a much, much bigger uptrend that probably is going to continue on the daily, weekly time frame to make higher highs, higher lows, in my opinion. So I still think there's a pretty good chance that the pound dollar could go up. I'm actually still long on the pound dollar. I think I'm risk free on this one now. I'll have to take a look to find out, but I'm still long on the pound dollar because it kind of rejected the structure right here, and the daily to weekly time frame trend is actually still up. But just like the euro dollar, I wouldn't be surprised if this actually did end up going down more, to one of these lower Fibonacci levels before we actually did get the continuation of the uptrend. But to me, this looks like one correction. It looks like impulsive down wave A. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up wave B. It looks like a downtrend that possibly could be already completed for wave C. I honestly wouldn't be surprised at all if this thing did just keep on trending up from here. Like I said, I am long, but I am in a risk-free position already, so if it doesn't do that, then it's not really a huge deal. But I went long at the break of structure right here, and yeah, that definitely, I am definitely leaning towards the idea that this is going to start a brand new uptrend. But the problem is, like I said, that we don't have any significant dollar news today or tomorrow. And tomorrow is actually a bank holiday for the dollar. And I'm not going to be doing any YouTube videos or YouTube live streams tomorrow because it's a bank holiday and I'm from the US and I do take off US bank holidays. So there's not going to be any videos or anything tomorrow coming from me. My next live stream will be on Thursday. But I'm definitely leaning towards up on the dollar, because the pound dollar, because we do have not broken structure to the downside. And on the 1 hour time frame we went up, we broke structure, and this looks like corrective down. So I'm definitely leaning towards up on the dollar. Maybe it could be just a correction to this move down. Maybe it could be like a wave B or wave 2 and then go back down later on. Or maybe it'll just be a complete trend reversal and it really is also just subdivisions of a wave 3 on the much, much higher time frames. Either scenario, we should be able to learn and earn at the same time, whether we're looking at a correction to the downtrend or whether we're looking at a complete trend reversal. So yeah, let's go check out gold, and then we'll start taking requests. I got some requests from one of my Patreon members right now, so I will be doing that first. Let me do that. So that way, yep, good to go. So let's see here. Gold. I am actually still pretty bullish on gold. Now, I also have a couple elite wave counts on this that I think are pretty accurate. For one count is that this right here is a 1, this right here is a 2, and this is actually all just a wave 3, 4, 5. Now, this is a count that I think is possible, but I also think it's the most least likely scenario. I actually don't think that's what's going on. I think that what's going on is we had a 1, 2, 3 pullback, which is a correction to this last wave up. I think that there's actually a better chance that gold is going to keep on trending up. If anybody has seen my full top down videos on gold, then you know that I am extremely bullish on gold. I think gold is going up to the 161.8, which is right around the 25.50 area, before we actually get a bigger significant pullback. So I'm definitely still very bullish on gold. I actually still think that this way over here is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, and this is all just subdivisions of a wave 3. I think this is more likely to just keep on drifting up towards that 25.50 area, which is the 161% Fibonacci extension of wave 1, projected out the bottom of wave 2. So definitely still pretty bullish on gold for sure. Going down to the shorter time frames, I mean, gold honestly has been pretty much in range bound for pretty much since the middle of April. Gold has been pretty much range bound. You could draw, a big old box on here, and the gold has been pretty much stuck within this box for about 2 months now. Which I'm not really a big gold trader, anyways, but I mean, it does kind of, suck when gold is in a big range like that because it's definitely makes things a little bit more difficult for sure. But I personally think if we take it down to the 1 hour time frame, I personally think that this is more likely a one, two, three, four, five, like a wave. I think it's a wave one, but I'm definitely keeping in mind that it could be a wave A. To me, this looks like three waves down. I think it's a wave two, but it could possibly be a wave B. And I think this is more likely like a one, two, and it's going to just keep on trending up for a wave three, is what I think is going to happen. But it definitely could be like an ABC or possibly an ABCDE, especially because it's making more of a five-way pattern. So it definitely, once it breaks this high, I will put my Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and then I will observe it. If it goes up to a Fibonacci retracement level, breaks structure to the downside, then I will definitely exit my any longs that I may be in, and I will definitely go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. On the other hand, if this thing just keeps on making higher highs, higher lows, goes up, breaks, starts up, makes a pullback, makes a higher low, makes a higher low, and just keeps on continuing to make higher highs, higher lows, that's going to prove my wave one, wave two, wave three scenario. So I'm definitely still pretty bullish on gold overall. This is actually, I didn't actually enter this trade, but this is a trade because I don't really trade gold that often, to be honest with you. But this is a trade that I did tell everybody in my group this morning, in my Zoom meeting this morning, that definitely looks like the end of a correction. And boy, it definitely did end up being a pretty nice trade for sure. So definitely check that out. I personally would be looking for longs on gold pretty much on every time frame, at least until proven otherwise. So if you have not done so already, definitely don't forget to join my free Discord channel. I'm actually doing a giveaway on my Discord channel. I'm going to be giving away 100 USDT on June 28th, which is the last Friday of this month. So if you have not joined my free Discord channel already, it's 100% free to join. All you have to do in order to win the 100 USDT is to join my free Discord channel. Go to the welcome tab, which is right there. So go to the welcome tab right here, welcome, and then go down to the giveaway tab, click on the giveaway tab, and then come in here and click on this little emoji right here. If you click on that little emoji right there, you will be entered for a chance to win 100 USDT for doing absolutely nothing but participating in a group of like-minded traders. So definitely check that out. If you have not joined my free channel, definitely join. If you have joined my free channel and you have not entered the giveaway, definitely enter the giveaway. You could possibly win $100 for doing absolutely nothing but being a member of a free community of like-minded traders. And we currently have 5,194 members in the group already, so it's definitely a really good group of like-minded traders. So definitely check that out. The link for that is in the chat and in the description of the video. Also, if anybody is interested in joining my membership, it is only $30 a month, and it does come with the trading course, which is about 35 videos, over 7 hours of content for the trading course. And it also comes with daily Zoom meetings. Every single day I do about, in the London session, starting at 8 a.m. UK time, I do a 90-minute meeting, 1 hour to 90 minute on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then every single Tuesday I do a Zoom meeting for the New York session. Every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I do a 90-minute Zoom meeting starting at 1 p.m. UK time, so that way we can watch the US dollar news that usually comes out at 1:30 p.m. UK time. So I like to call it learn and earn at the same time because I do share every single swing trade I take with the group at the time of entry. That's why I like to call it learn and earn. I don't really like to think of it as a trade signal service. because I don't really think anybody could ever learn to trade just by following along with somebody else's trades. The main purpose of the group is definitely for you to learn to trade. But these are the entries that I've said with the group so far this week. If anybody is interested, definitely go through and pause the video and check them out. I've so far said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades with the group, I think. Yeah, so far I've said 8 trades with the group. So if anybody wants to pause the video right here and check out some of the trades that I've said with my members at the time of entry. When you become a member, you unlock all these channels right here. And I post all my trades in the swing trade tab right here. So if anybody's interested, definitely check that out. So the link for that is also in the description of the video and in the chats of the live stream. So yeah, let's start taking some requests, and let's start looking at some things for people in the audience. So I already have some requests from a few of my Patreon members, so I definitely want to start with that. And then we will move on and start taking some requests from people on YouTube. So the first request that I have is from my membership, which is Oil. So yeah, oil. Yeah, I definitely think oil is confirmed my analysis on the weekly time frame. I was definitely originally thinking that oil was going to take out the low of wave A because normally wave A's do take out the low. Normally wave C's do take out the low of wave A, but it's pretty obvious that we have the end of a trend. So I think that this move down right here is all a wave A. I think this right here is an uptrend for a wave A of B. This is a A. This is a B. And then I believe we have the end of a trend for a wave C of B. Now I think we are most likely back into the uptrend for wave C of wave B. So this is an A, this is an A, B, C, a B, and then once that's over, which I think it's going all the way up to the $100 a barrel, I think we're going to go down probably quite a ways, probably at least to the $48 a barrel or so for a wave C. So on the daily time frame, yeah, we definitely pretty much confirmed that analysis, I think, because of the fact that this is the end of a trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down right to a Fibonacci extension level. Now very, very impulsive up. It's just now starting to break structure. So at some point, probably shortly after this structure break, we probably will get a pullback. And then at the end of that pullback is where I'm going to be looking to go long because it's probably going to be a wave 1, a wave 2, and a wave 3. So I think that's potentially going to be a pretty good setup for us for sure. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, I would definitely be looking for longs. Now, the fact that we just recently broke this wave 4 high tells me that at some point, probably pretty soon, we will make a pullback. It doesn't have to do it now. It potentially could continue to make higher highs, higher lows for now. But at some point, it probably is going to make a pretty significant pullback, which would be most likely an A, a B, and a C of wave 2. This would be a wave 1. Whoops, I wrote wave B. This would be a wave 1, this would be an ABC of 2, and then eventually it would probably go back up for a big old wave 3. So I'm definitely looking for this big old wave 3 scenario. I think it most likely is going to happen pretty shortly, especially because we just broke the high of wave 4. And normally wave A's or wave 1's end at the high of a wave B or wave 4 of the previous move. So I honestly think that it probably is going to start a pullback. I mean, it might even start it now, possibly. I wouldn't count on it because the trend is definitely up, so I wouldn't be going short. But if it does go down and break structure, then you could definitely maybe start looking for shorts at the end of pullbacks. Because I think it would most likely go down and make a big old ABC of wave 2, most likely. So let's check out the pound Aussie. This is a trade that I've been in for so long now, and boy, it's nah, I mean, it doesn't look horrible. It's kind of doing what I kind of expect it to do, but I'm not really sure if it's really going to make this big old wave C scenario like we were originally thinking. It doesn't really look too good, to be honest with you. We were thinking that this was going to be a wave A, this was going to be a wave B, and this was going to go up and make a wave C. And then it was going to go down and make 5 waves down. So this would be 1, 2, 3 A, 1, 2, 3 B, and 1, 2, 3 C. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 C actually. which I definitely think it's still possible. And I'm actually still holding some longs from way, way, way back here from a very, very long time ago. And the reason why I'm still holding is because it actually kind of seems like it's doing exactly what it should do. It looks like it's doing probably a flat. It looks like one, two, three waves down for like an A. Looks like one, two, three waves up for a B. Looks like we're now in a downtrend, which is likely a wave C. So I'm still long from way back here, and I'm still actually long from a few places. I'm long here, and I still have one long up here someplace. So I'm still long on this thing a few different times. But honestly, I think you should, if especially if you trade below the 1 hour time frame, you should definitely be looking for sorts. It's probably going to go down. Maybe it'll go down to here and then go back up from there. Definitely looks like an ABC correction in my opinion for sure. So yeah, I would be looking for shorts if I was trading the 1 hour time frame and below. I'd be looking for three-way pullbacks to go short for the continuation of the downtrend for sure. Definitely looking for shorts. And let's see, and AJ, the Aussie yen, is another one that was requested from one of my Patreon members. I mean, for me, there's only one strategy on the yen pairs, and that is to buy every single dip that you see. My next target for the Aussie yen is the 107.3, 107.2 area. Maybe 107 flat, but definitely someplace in that area is my next target. So, I mean, for me, pretty much the only strategy on every single yen pair is to buy the dip every single time it makes a dip. Now, we are definitely at a Fibonacci level, which Fibonacci levels for me are definitely areas of resistance, but yeah, definitely the only strategy is to buy the dip on the yen pairs. That's pretty much the only thing to do on the yen pairs. I can't even imagine how much money somebody would have made over the past 4 years if all they did was buy the dip every single time. I mean, look at this: one, two, three waves down, one, two, three waves down, one, two, three waves down. Even this right here is like a one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three, one, two, three. Just continue to buy those ABC pullbacks. Now we are at a Fibonacci level. I mean, possibly it is going to pull back again, and it does have one, two, three, four, five waves, and the market really does like to make five wave and three wave patterns. So the fact that we're at a fib level, the fact that we made new highs recently, tells me that it probably is going to make a pullback, but I have no desire at all to trade any pullbacks. I only want to go long at the end of the pullbacks for the continuation of the uptrend, and it doesn't even necessarily have to make a pullback. It could literally just do a little bounce and just keep on trending up. So the trend is definitely your friend when we're talking about the yen pairs. 100%, I would be doing nothing but buying every single dip I see on the yen pairs. So yeah, definitely looking for longs on that. And the Kiwi yen is another one that was requested from one of my Patreon members. And I mean, for me, it's the exact same strategy, except for the Kiwi yen has an area of resistance right around the 97.60 area. So we are getting a little bit closer to an area of resistance on this one. But boy, the only thing I would be doing is buying every single pullback I saw on the yen pairs. Like I said, I can't even imagine how much money somebody would be making over the last 4 years if they did nothing but buy every single pullback they saw. Like honestly, you would just like you would like be so rich by now if that's all you did. One, two, three waves down, go long. You know, it's just unreal. One, two, three waves down, one, two, three waves down, one, two, three waves down, one, two, three waves down. What would I be doing right now? I would be patiently waiting for more three-way pullbacks to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. I honestly think every single yen pair, it's pretty much the only strategy is to look for three-way pullbacks. Look at this on the 1 hour time frame. What happened today? One, two, three waves down, impulsive up, go long. One, two, three waves down, impulsive up, go long. One, two, three waves down, go long. One, two, three. One, two, three. I mean, it doesn't have to pull back now. I mean, it definitely could possibly just keep on drifting up. But if it does make another pullback, I would definitely be looking to go long at the end of that pullback for the continuation of the uptrend. 100%. So yeah, let's see here. So, anyways, yeah, definitely make sure that you do join my Discord channel and enter that giveaway. We only have 51 people that have entered the giveaway, so you really have a pretty good chance of winning if you do enter. It is 100% free to join my Discord channel, and all you have to do is go to the welcome tab, go to the giveaway tab, and then click on this little emoji right there, and you will be entered for your chance to win 100 USD for doing nothing except for being a part of a trading community. So definitely check that out. It is 100% free to join. So yeah, let's start taking some requests from people in the chats. Let's see here. What was the first one we got? The Euro Pound, I guess, is the first one. So yeah, let's start off with the Euro Pound. Where we at? Right there, Euro Pound. I personally would still be looking primarily for shorts on the Euro Pound. Honestly, I don't really see that it's over yet. The euro pound is honestly kind of a terrible one to trade just because the euro and the pound are so correlated. But I actually do like this pair just because it does make some really, really nice three-way pullbacks, which for me is awesome. One, two, three, four, five. I mean, it definitely does have five waves down. It kind of looks like a one, two, three on this time frame, though, doesn't it? Kind of looks like it needs to make a 4, 5, maybe go down one more time, touch that fib, break structure, and then continue up from there. So, I mean, there is definitely no evidence that this is going up yet. We have no break of structure. We have no higher low. I mean, yeah, it definitely did break that candle, but that definitely doesn't really tell me much. I have my Fibonacci retracement on this last push down. I would be looking for three-way pullbacks to go short still as more of a swing trade strategy. 100%. Definitely would still be doing that. Yeah, I'm definitely watching this. We already got one wave up, we got one wave down. If it makes another wave up to any one of these fib levels, makes a big old engulfing move to the downside, I'm definitely going to go short again. I am definitely still looking for shorts. Now, if you do trade below the 1 hour time frame, you could definitely look for longs until you get that big impulsive move down at a Fibonacci level. But as a more of a mid time frame trader, I definitely would be looking for shorts at the end of every single pullback, 100%. Yeah, let's check out the Yo Kiwi for Hold and Hope because he is one of my premium members, so I definitely want to make sure I get to those. At some point during these live streams, I'm gonna have to take requests from my premium members first. So, oh wow, look at that, nice, awesome. That's a good trade, huh? Real good trade. I mean, the trend is definitely down. The fact that it has five waves up kind of makes me wonder if it's actually a wave A, but yeah, that's awesome, buddy. Congratulations. Good way to start your week, huh? I mean, I would think that it possibly could be a wave A, but when you're talking about the the Yo Aussie pound, the Yo Aussie Yo Kiwi, I mean, if you're talking about the Yo Aussie Yo Kiwi, sometimes they do make motive wave corrections, and if this is a motive wave correction, it possibly could just go down from here and just keep going down. But it definitely looks like it's a wave A. Whether it really is a wave A or not, I guess is a different question. Oh, it is definitely a 1, 2, 3 on the 1 hour time frame. 1, 2, 3, 100%. 1, 2, 3 waves down. I would expect to see a 4 or 5, and I would expect this to be a wave A, to be honest. I would expect probably for it to break this structure and then probably start a pullback, break a structure, and then probably make a wave B and then probably make a wave C is what I would expect to see. But it could possibly be a motor wave correction. I mean, it just could be a five-wave motor wave correction. If it is a motor wave correction, it could possibly just break structure, make a little pullback, and just keep on making lower lows, lower highs. So we'll definitely have to see what it ends up doing, what it decides to do. Definitely a hell of a trade, especially if you win from the top like Inberry is. Yeah, that was all today too. Awesome. Nice trade. Very nice trade. That's very good. So yeah, let's see here. Where are we at? US dollar Swiss. I would be looking for shorts on the dollar Swiss. I mean, if the dollar Swiss follows the dollar, then it should potentially just keep on trending down. And honestly, originally I was thinking the Swiss pairs were still in a crescent to the uptrend, but I don't know. They might just keep going down. We are right in between two Fibonacci retracement levels, so I mean, the next area of resistance for me is the 0.87785 area. So definitely still pretty bearish, 100%. I would definitely still be looking for shorts. Look at that. One, two, three waves up, go short. One, two, three waves up, go short. Even that right there, one, two, three waves up, go short. I definitely 100% would still be looking for shorts in a downtrend. I don't really see any evidence to think that this is over yet. Oh, yeah, man, look at that. Look at it. One, two, three. That's not really a three-way pattern, but that's definitely a pretty impulsive sideways and then bam, impulsive down. So definitely still looking for shorts in the dollar Swiss for sure. Let's see, the Swiss yen. Boy, the Swiss yen. This is the best example of the trend is your friend I think I could possibly come up with. This is the daily time frame, keep in mind too. How much money would you have made over the past 4 years if you did nothing but look for longs on the Swiss yen? And I know exactly what people are thinking. They're thinking, look, this is all-time highs on the Swiss yen. I better look for a short. This is all-time highs. I better go short. This is all-time highs. I better go short. I better go short. All-time highs. I don't think so, dude. You would be like literally rich by now if you did nothing but look for longs over the past 4 years on this thing. I mean, yeah, it's definitely overextended, but overextended compared to what? It may be overbought. Yeah, 100% it's overbought on the oscillator, but oscillators are completely useless whether you're talking about trying to identify the end of a trend. So, I mean, when it comes to the Swiss yen, I mean, for me, the only strategy on every single yen pair is to look for longs at the end of pullbacks. But when you're talking about the Swiss yen, it is like 100% the only thing that I would do. You could not, you could give me money and I still wouldn't want to go short the Swiss yen. I would not go short the Swiss yen with your money. I would definitely be doing nothing but looking for longs every single time it went down. I guarantee that I bet if we looked at the trader sentiment for the Swiss yen, it was probably like 95% of people are trying to short the Swiss yen. When in reality, what you should be doing is looking for longs every single chance you get. Every single time this thing goes down, you should be saying to yourself, this looks like it could be a good chance to go long again. I mean, you would literally be rich if you did nothing but look for longs over the last 4 years on this thing. Unbelievable how strong this trend is. And like I said, I guarantee if we looked at the trader sentiment, the retail sentiment on the Swiss yen, I guarantee that probably like 95% of people, retail traders, are trying to sort it. When you should be doing nothing but looking for longs in a uptrend at the end of pullbacks. It's the only thing you should be thinking about. The pound CAD, boy, I still think the pound CAD's going to go up again. I don't know though. I mean, it definitely is bouncing off a fib level, so yeah. I mean, I do have an alternative count on this too because we are bouncing out this 123. If this does break structure on the 4-hour daily time frame, then I definitely at that point would say this is going down for 5 ways down. You know, 1, 2, 3 A, 1, 2, 3 B, and then 5 ways down for the C. Probably go down, take out the low wave 4, and then eventually continue the uptrend. But we don't have a break of structure yet, so I'm definitely still bullish until we have that break of structure. I always trade with the trend, and all you have to do is look at something like the Swiss yen, and you'll see why I trade with the trend every single chance I get. I would be looking for longs on this 100%. I would be looking for longs. Even on the shorter time frames, at least until it breaks structure, I would be looking for longs in an uptrend. Honestly, to me, it looks like impulsive up. Looks like 1, 2, 3 down. I still think this thing is going to go up. I would definitely still be looking for longs in a uptrend at the end of pullbacks. Yo, Kiwi, the Aussie dollar. I'm long on the Aussie dollar, and since I think this morning or whenever it was, maybe it was yesterday, but These are the trades that I share with my members at the time of entry. And where are we at? Aussie dollar right here. This is my Aussie dollar trade from yesterday at 10 p.m. right here. And you can see exactly where I got in. My entry price is right there, and it's timestamped, so you can see exactly when I got in this trade. So if anybody is interested in participating in my swing trades or in participating in my live Zoom meetings that I do every single day, definitely check out the website, fxpipcollector.com, which is actually linked down here below, right here, fxpipcollector.com. I do. It's only $30 a month, which is so extremely cheap. And I do all these. I do a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday London session live stream. I do a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday New York session live stream, and I also a do share every single string trade I take with the members at the time of entry. So definitely check it out if you are interested. It is so extremely, extremely cheap. And I keep it very, very cheap on purpose because I want people to feel like they can afford it. So definitely check that out if you're interested. Like I said, if you want to pause the video, you can actually take a look at all the trades. Today's only Tuesday, and I've already provided, I think, 8 entries to the group. And each one of these little tabs is an entry right here. I think I've had 8 trades so far this week, maybe 2 or 3 losses, and the rest are still running. I'm actually still in pretty much everything. I'm still in the Aussie dollar. I'm still long the Aussie CAD. Still long the pound dollar. I'm still long the pound Aussie, pound Kiwi. I'm still long pretty much everything. But yeah, I mean, boy, it looks like the Aussie dollar is just continuing the uptrend to me. I mean, still think this is all just subdivisions of a wave three. I think this is a wave one. I think this is an ABC of two. I think we're in subdivisions of a wave three. I personally think that it's probably not just going to go up and break the highs, one big move like that. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of pullbacks, and it might even go down a little more. But definitely, definitely, definitely looking for longs and an uptrend, 100%. I don't know. I think it might be the end of a correction. I think that it might just keep on going up. I mean, it definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3 to me. 100% it looks like a 1, 2, 3. So it might just keep on trending up. I definitely, definitely would be looking for longs. I've been long on this thing since way down here someplace. Let's see, Tuesday. Yeah, technically, I think I went long right around here somewhere. But yeah, definitely a beautiful, beautiful trade, and I definitely would be looking for more longs. I definitely wouldn't be trying to go short. Remember, the trend is your friend. 100% the trend is your friend. Yeah, we have CPI for the pound tomorrow. We have some pretty decent news this week. We have CPI for the pound tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is a bank holiday in the U.S., so I wouldn't expect to see a whole lot of volume in the New York session tomorrow. But we do have pound CPI news tomorrow, and we also have Kiwi GDP tomorrow, gross domestic products. And we have a bunch of China news. We have interest rate for the Swiss tomorrow, Thursday. We have interest rate for the pound on Thursday, and then we have all the PMI news Friday. So tomorrow could be a little bit slow in the New York session, just because it is technically a bank holiday tomorrow, and most people in the U.S. probably do have the day off tomorrow, or at least all banks and financial institutes definitely have the day off tomorrow. Let's see. The Aussie dollar, we pound Aussie. We already did the pound Aussie. We already did the Aussie dollar. Let's check out the dollar yen. The dollar yen. I mean, I keep saying this, but it is definitely possible that this is an A, this is a B, and this is a C. If it is an ABC of B, then it will prove that it's an ABC of B by bouncing off a Fibonacci level, making a very impulsive move down. And then it possibly would go down for an a B, and a C of wave 4. Now, I definitely do see that as a possibility, especially on the dollar yen, because I still am pretty bearish on the dollar, which actually makes me pretty bearish on the dollar yen. But I don't really consider the dollar yen much of a yen pair. I definitely consider the dollar yen, I don't consider the dollar yen a dollar pair. I definitely consider the dollar yen more of a yen pair than anything. So, I still think that it's more likely that it might bounce from that fib, but it might just keep on making higher highs, higher lows. Like I said, for me, pretty much the only strategy for every single yen pair, including the dollar yen, is to buy every single dip I see. Look at this. It's just too easy. One, two, three waves. One, two, three waves. One, two, three waves. Man, just everywhere. One, two, three waves. Just literally, I would be doing nothing but looking for longs on the yen pairs. One, two, three, four, five. Probably A, B, C, and then go long. Now, like I said, don't get me wrong. It definitely could bounce off the 78% like this. Go down, break structure, proving the way B scenario. But I wouldn't count on that. I would actually count on it going up. Like I said, pretty much the only strategy for me is to buy every single dip I see on the yen pairs, 100%. So let's see. I thought I turned that Streamlabs off, but I guess I didn't. Maybe I didn't save it. I apologize about that. If you did get your, um, if it did refine you from posting or whatever it does. Let's see. Where are we at? We did the Kiwi yen. Let's do the Aussie Kiwi, which is another one that I'm kind of keeping an eye on. Yeah. I mean, the trend is, I mean, it is a very strong move to the upside, but the trend is definitely 100% still down on the daily time frame. And for me, I do trade with the trend. I only trade with the trend. Now, I do see the possibility that this is like a 1, and this is actually like a one, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This makes a wave B, makes a wave C, and this turns out being an ABC of 2, and then it goes down later on in a few weeks for a wave 3. That definitely could be a possibility, and if it does break above this structure, I think that will confirm that it really is a wave A of wave 2, most likely. But so far it hasn't broken up, so far I wouldn't really count on that too much. So far I would actually still be looking for shorts. It hasn't broken structure, so if it makes three waves up and pulls it down, I would definitely go short. And this possibly is an A. It possibly is a B. I mean, it is a very strong move up, but I guess it definitely could be a wave C, especially when you're talking about the Aussie. The Aussie really does have a tendency to make very impulsive moves in both directions. So if it does start to make an impulsive move down, I would definitely go short again, and I definitely will be going short again, potentially for the continuation of the downtrend. I don't really see any evidence that it's over. It kind of looks like a 1-2. It kind of looks like it should be a wave 3. It kind of looks like it should make a wave 4 and then go up for a wave 5. So, I mean, I would be a little bit cautious about thinking that this is actually the real turn because maybe it is, maybe it's not, but it kind of seems to me like it's more likely in a wave 4. And then it would go up for a wave 5 and then turn down, break structure, and continue down from there. Definitely seems like the more likely scenario in my eyes for sure. So that's definitely what I'm looking at for that. Let's keep going. What do we got going on here? Good. I'm starting to catch up, so that's good. We already looked at the euro dollar, but I definitely will check that out again at the end. US dollar CAD for Carl. Carl is in pretty much every one of my live streams, so thank you for the support, buddy. I really do appreciate that. I mean, this actually kind of reminds me of gold, just because it's been literally sideways for about 2 months now. But I still think there's a clear pattern here. I still think this is like a wave 1. I still think this is like a running ABC type pattern for a wave 2. I kind of think that we might have already found a top at the 78%. I think that this could possibly start a downtrend for a wave 3. So definitely still pretty bearish, 100% bearish for sure. The question is when and if it's going to happen because boy, it's just been so sideways for about 2 months now. Yeah, thanks, Carl, for the support. Thanks for stopping in all these live streams. Thanks a lot. I would like to think that it was just trending down from here, but I don't really know if it's really going to trend down. The problem is tomorrow's a bank holiday in the U.S. There's really not going to be a whole lot of volume on the dollar pairs. I kind of feel like it's actually probably more likely to go back up and maybe even go back up to these higher fibs before it actually goes down again. You know, maybe this is actually supposed to be an A and this is actually supposed to be a B and then it goes up for a C and then continues the downtrend from there. At this point, it kind of seems more likely that that is probably the more likely scenario for this. So, yeah, it looks like I got all my requests in. So, definitely, if anybody hasn't done so yet, definitely join my Discord channel. It is 100% free to join. Let's go back and check out the euro dollar again, because obviously this is one of the more popular pairs. I mean, the euro dollar definitely does have five waves up, but that doesn't mean anything to me at all. I mean, yeah, the market does like five-way patterns, but I mean, I've seen trends with 7, 9, 11, 13 waves. I mean, the trend can have as many waves as it wants to have. I mean, this right over here is technically a seven-wave trend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 waves down. I really kind of doubt that this is going to end the correction today. Like, this is really actually the beginning of a brand new uptrend. I would like to say that it is because, I mean, I am long on a couple dollar pairs. I'm definitely not long on the euro dollar, especially with how weak the euro has been. And I would kind of look at this and say this is either a wave A or a wave 1. I would kind of think that it would potentially would start drifting down, taking out the lows for either a wave B or a wave 2. And then I would kind of expect it to go up and make either a wave C or a wave 3. If it's a wave 3, then it's just going to make very impulsive moves and go up and start breaking structure. If it's a wave C, then it'll make a lower high, break structure to the downside like this, and continue the downtrend, which I kind of feel like is the more likely scenario at this point, especially on the euro dollar, because the dollar is such a weak. The euro is so weak right now, which the dollar is still pretty weak too. So we got weak versus weak. We don't really want to trade weak versus weak. We want to trade strong versus weak or weak versus strong. We don't want to trade weak versus weak or strong versus strong. Yeah, the pound dollar is not really doing a whole heck of a lot either. I would like to say that the pound dollar, excuse me, has ended a correction right here and that we're now back into the uptrend, but I'm really not too convinced about that, to be honest with you. I think that the next couple of days could be pretty slow, just because of the fact that the dollar is on holiday tomorrow. But we do have CPI tomorrow for the dollar, so that's going to be a. We have CPI tomorrow for the pound. Yeah, our next big news event is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for the pound, so we definitely want to keep an eye on that, 100%. I'm actually still long the pound dollar. I'm pretty sure I'm risk free on the trade now. I closed out my chart, so I'm pretty sure I'm risk free on this now. Maybe not, but nice break of structure. I mean, I think it is more likely to drift up even if it is a wave C. If it's a wave 3, it'll just keep on blasting up. If it's a wave C, it'll definitely turn back down. And gold. Like I said, this is an entry. I didn't take the trade because I barely ever trade gold, but this is an entry that I shared with the group at the time at our live stream this morning. I would think that it would definitely at least go up and take out these highs, and as soon as it does take out those highs, I would put my Fibonacci retracement from here to here, and I would look for a Fibonacci bounce and a break of structure. If it does produce a Fibonacci bounce and a break of structure, I would definitely get out of my longs and go short. Or if it just bounces from a fib level and then doesn't break structure and just bounces like that, then I would definitely continue to look for longs. You can definitely tell the difference between an ABC and a 1, 2, 3 if you pay attention and you really, keep an eye on things and really pay attention to your structure and pay attention to price. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, I mean, I definitely have a couple outlooks on this. One is that this is a 1, 2, and this is a 3, 4, 5 like that. That is definitely one of my outlooks. But I think the outlook I like the best is that this is a trend. This is three-wave correction to that trend, and this is actually going to keep on going up. So I'm definitely still pretty bullish. I still think there's a pretty good chance that it is just going to keep on trending up, making those higher highs, higher lows. So definitely pretty bullish on the gold, and I'm really actually pretty bearish on the dollar too. I would like to say that the dollar is ending a correction. I just can't really say for sure. I would like to say that this is the end of a WXY. 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up. I would like to think that this is turning into a downtrend. We'll see if it actually is or not, but yeah, I would definitely think that it would be that would definitely be my most likely scenario for sure. So, anyways, I will not be making videos tomorrow and I will not be live streaming tomorrow because it is a bank holiday for me. It's a holiday for me tomorrow, so no videos, no live stream. I will be back on Thursday for videos, and I'll be back on Thursday for my live streams at normal time, normal place. So hopefully I'll talk to everybody then. If you are one of my premium members, I will definitely be on the charts off and on throughout the day tomorrow, depending on the weather. If the weather's really nice, I actually may go for a really long motorcycle ride, depending on the weather. I think it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I probably won't end up doing that. I'll probably just end up staying home and working on my charts and just hanging out around the house. Maybe do some gaming or something. Who knows? Kind of take a little bit of time off from talking is probably what I'll do tomorrow. So, anyways, I will talk to everybody on Thursday. And as always, I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day. And as always,